Okay, Kirby, I got a question for you. I don't know the answer to this one, and I'm curious what you have to say. Knowing that there's different stock exchanges, obviously we invest in the New York Stock Exchange in America, but there are different stock exchanges, different stocks in like Europe and South America. Would you, what are your thoughts on investing in, as an American, would you ever invest in a stock that is foreign, not listed on the New York Stock Exchange, but a stock that is listed in a different country if you thought the company was performing well?
I would have to, and this is a true transparent answer. I would have to find people that are smarter than me. And what I mean by smarter than me is I would have to have people we can get around people that have knowledge of that certain foreign market. I'm not just going blindly just based off the knowledge that I have of the stock market and just saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and dabble up in Taiwan or dabble up in Cambodia stock market or whoever. I'm not going to do that because I know what I don't know. I'm not ashamed to say what I don't know. I could go look at the exchange and see it going up 300% a day, or somebody saying, "Oh, this is a knockout stock." I will have to get around people that's educated in that area, and I'm not trying to get educated in that area. Well, I'm trying to get educated in that area of their stock market. I'm not just calling them and saying, "Hey, man, give me a hot stock." No, okay, give me the nuances of the Chinese stock market. Give me the nuances of, let's say, Venezuela stock market. Let me know what I'm looking for. And then once I get educated on how they work, how their regulatory work, how do they know that the numbers are legit, how their books work and all that, then I will, talk to other people or even talk to them and say, okay, now that I understand it fully, now what are some of the areas you're looking at? What are some of the natural resources? What are some of the products that they're producing that they're exporting on a high level or it's a high demand for or an up and coming company, and then I will research that company to get an understanding of what they're doing, and then maybe I would, but just straight off the cuff, logging on and like, oh, let me go see what's going on in Japan and go buy some stocks there. No, I wouldn't do it. If it's not an ADR to the U.S. stock market that's coinciding with that, like a Alibaba, like a JD, like a Baidu or something like that has an ADR
Yeah.
in the U.S. stock market, no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious. I mean, um, like you say, like you mentioned Venezuela, and the family or my sister-in-law and such that live over there, they had asked the question of buying stocks over there. And I don't have it pulled up right now, but I think it was like there's like only 13 companies listed on the stock market in Venezuela, and like 11 of the 13 were all government owned, which, if you know anything about Venezuela, it's a communist country. So, it shows some issues there. And then the two that stayed on the stock market were like the only companies in the country that did not uh, try and go against what the government was trying to implement. So it shows you they're still controlled by, the government. Um, but yeah, I was just curious on your thoughts. I know you had talked about wanting to buy I think it was a bar or a pub in Europe, but there
Mhm.
was reasons why you didn't want to there. So I didn't know what your thoughts were on like buying stocks in different countries. I know some people that are from Brazil invest in, the Brazilian stock market, and it got me thinking too, because like in Colombia, there's a really good franchise that's only in South America, I think, and it's a crepes and waffles place, but I could see it doing really well in the US. Um, and I just wondered, it got me thinking, like, how does the stock market work, in a country like this? But yeah, I was just curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I don't have a big clue. Like I said, unless it's an ADR in the U.S. stock market. I mean, it's some Brazilian stocks that's ADR'd in the U.S. stock market. There's some Chinese stocks that's ADR'd into the U.S. stock, and all around the world there's some that's ADR'd into the U.S. stock market. But going into individual stock market houses and things like that, that's out of my wheelhouse. That's something Warren Buffett and them do, but they they're very smart in that area. They're not very smart. Well, wait, I don't sound like a business Warren Buffett. They're very smart, but they're very smart by being around the people that has a better understanding of what's going on. Warren Buffett live in Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, Omaha, Nebraska ain't don't have the true insight of what's going on in Japan. You see what I'm saying? So they have connections. They have people with vast knowledge in that arena in those countries. That's how they gain the knowledge on it. It's not just sitting in Omaha, Nebraska, like, yeah, let me just go take a shot at this, go take a shot at that, just blindly shooting and not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, guys, if any of you were considering investing in other countries, there you go. There's a solid answer. If you have any questions or comments, let us know down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.